And we welcome you to Wellspring from Spectrum Health-Zeeland Community Hospital for this Thursday, May the 20th. And from time to time, it's just you out there, me in our studios, and Sara Donkersloot, who's on the other side of our Zoom connection. It's
Yes,
an intimate chat today.
it's an intimate chat. That's exactly right, Gary. And it's been a long time when it's just been you and me, and we talk about what's going on at the hospital. And later on in the broadcast, we give people the opportunity to win a prize. But wow, that's kind of maybe a sign that things are getting a little bit back more to normal, because I think it's probably been a year since we've done this. So it's a delight to be with you here.
It is.
So you're going to ask me the questions today.
Exactly. But before we ask the questions and before we give listeners a chance to win some goodies from Spectrum Health-Zeeland Community Hospital, Sara, I would be negligent as the news director of this particular radio station if I did not ask for your thoughts. We've been very fortunate during my 20 years here, and it will be 20 in October, with Henry Veenstra for 44 years as president of Spectrum Health-Zeeland Community Hospital, and Ron Lewis for about 5. Good men both. Another good man apparently is on board as the new president of Spectrum Health-Zeeland Community Hospital. What do you know about the new man?
Well, we are just really excited to welcome Bill Hofer, and that's how you say his name, like Hofer, to Zeeland Community Hospital. We had a very diverse and large group of candidates, and Bill really rose to the top. He has 26 years of healthcare experience from hospitals ranging in size from 180 to more than 500 beds. He was most recently the chief operating officer of Mercy Hospital South in St. Louis, a 700-bed hospital. And if you look at what he did, when he was in that role, lots of things that he did. They achieved their Joint Commission recognition as an advanced primary stroke center. And interestingly enough, Zeeland is applying to be a certified stroke center, and we're looking for Joint Commission to be coming sometime this summer. He worked with a heart failure program. They got the highest rating for coronary bypass grafting, designation by the state of Missouri as 11-1 STEMI program, and accreditation as a cancer center of excellence. But you know what? Those are all things about what he did. I think, what really stood out to the interview team, he stood out as a compassionate and dutiful leader with a passion for relationship building. And if you look at Henry, being here 44 years, and, when Ron was here, relationship building. And, that's what we are looking for, is someone, who's going to build those relationships with people in our community. And people just really felt that he is the right person at the right time to lead Spectrum Health efforts on the Lakeshore. And, when they talked with Bill, he has a family. He's got a wife and he's got 3 kids. And he's relocating to West Michigan. And I heard through the Zeeland Community Hospital grapevine that he found a house.
Yay!
So yeah, he found a house in this market. Planning to start at the beginning of June. But, in his interview, he said it was important for him to settle in a community where they could be there for the long term and where their roots could grow deep. And, really, what a better place than to be West Michigan, to allow your roots to grow deep and to get to know people and to learn about relationships and to just be able to share the mission of Spectrum Health, but also the mission of Zeeland Community Hospital, that, through the midst of this pandemic, we can care for you, but we are going to continue to be caring for people. And, that's what Henry talked about when he was part of our staff. And we're truly appreciative for Henry, because he came up with that motto for Zeeland Community Hospital. So, Gary.
And the thing is, I can remember still the efforts in the move. And it.
Yes.
The move to the other, to the current location from the in the neighborhood area to where it is now, and some of the things that are going on. I still have a long memory of that. And Sara, I look forward to having the new man join you and us with a Wellspring program shortly.
That's exactly right. And I have that on my docket. We've been talking about, what his first month is going to look like. And, I'm hoping that we can get him on, sometime this summer so that people can meet him, via a Zoom connection or whatever it may be. So, Gary, thanks for asking about that, because it really is an exciting time. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that we have to thank Joe Klesny, who is our COO, who stepped in the interim, and he kept the organization moving, and he was a stabilizing factor. And we just really want to thank Joe for what he's done during this time while a new leader was selected.
All right, we got things to take care of, and we have about 10 minutes to do so.
Okay.
616-395-1450, 616-395-1450. Okay, Sara, what's our contest going to be about today?
Okay. Well, first of all, I had to think about, what is something that I could send out to people, in the midst still of this pandemic that they would like. And we have really nice hand sanitizer. It's in like a thin little, like almost like a pen, and you can squeeze it. And I thought, wow, what a great thing that we can offer our listeners. So this morning I put together some envelopes of some hand sanitizer. I threw some mints in there. I threw some chapstick, and some lucky people are going to get it. And before I put it in the envelope, if you're listening, I hand sanitized it and then put it in the envelope with my hand on that disinfectant wipe. So anybody who can call in and tell about a class that Zeeland Community has offered in the past or continues to offer will win this, and we'll send it to you in the mail. And the number to call, Gary?
616, because, and we'll talk to the phone lady tomorrow about this, Ruth Goddard, 616-395-1450. And I'll take the responses off the air, and I'll let Sara handle the things on the air. Before we talk about new programs, let's back up for a second and deal with vaccinations. Obviously, Spectrum Health-Zeeland Community Hospital has been offering vaccinations for those 16 and older. Now that the vaccine has been given the all clear for those a little bit younger, the hospital is being involved with that.
That's exactly right. And, thanks for bringing that up. You're right. The CDC did make the recommendation that people 12 years and up can have the vaccine. And we are really excited because we are having a clinic this afternoon at Zeeland Community Hospital from 1 to 7 p.m. It is the Pfizer vaccine. It is open to children who are 12 years and older. And I am delighted to say that we do have some openings yet. So if you are listening and you have not been vaccinated, or if you have a child or you have a grandchild that you want to have that vaccine, we encourage you to call 833-755-0696. That's 833-755-0696. And when you call, just say, I heard that Zeeland Community Hospital has a vaccine this afternoon clinic for Pfizer for 12 years and up. Can you tell me when I can get in to have that vaccine? It is a 2-dose clinic. And so, if you have your vaccine at Zeeland this afternoon, you will be guaranteed that when you need to have that second vaccine, that you will be able to go to Zeeland. So we're making it very, very convenient. A reminder, if parents do come with their 12-year-old, you need to be there, because a 12-year-old is going to need to have that sign off from their parent. Spectrum Health is transitioning to having the vaccine available in physician offices, and that rollout will begin next week. And so I encourage you, if you are part of the Spectrum Health Medical Group and you would like to have the vaccine in your office, to call your offices next week. And I think they're going to be scheduling those appointments. Spectrum Health is also looking to have vaccine available at urgent care. And, when people come into the hospital, we're asking if they've had the vaccine and can get it there. So, we're in a new phase. We were, in a phase, several months ago where people were just, crying to get the vaccine. Right now we're starting to see that those numbers go up with herd immunity, but we still need to get people vaccinated. That's going to be our best bet to keep this virus at bay. And just a plug for next week, Christina from the health department is going to be on, and she's going to talk, about where we are in Ottawa County.
Thanks for
I
giving me
can
that.
see you have a question for me. I'm talking, so
No question. Just want to let listeners know we do have a winner, and Sarah's got the information in front of her, and so she will notify our winner of the contest. But we're glad to be able to resume these contests. There are some classes coming up, and Sarah, what I want to do, since we are somewhat limited in time, is I want to go to the first one up on the board in terms of time, a CPR class for first aid and new certification. The first one is coming up 5 days from today on the 25th.
That's exactly right. And Zeeland Community Hospital continues to offer classes both virtually and in person. And, CPR is one class that you need to go to in person because you're actually going to be practicing the CPR. And so we have a class, it's first aid and CPR new certification. So if you're listening and you've been, in the pandemic and you say, boy, I need to have that certification, I want to get it. It's going to be offered on May 25 and June 1. It is a 2-part class, first aid, CPR, and choking management for all ages. It does meet the CPR and first aid requirements for new teachers and daycare providers. So again, when we have a class offered in person, all the safety precautions are in place. You're going to be socially distanced. You're going to be wearing that mask. When you're practicing on your mannequin, they're going to be wiped down. So, we take that very, very seriously because we need to.
Again, I'm going on, shall we say, chronological order on this, Sarah, so that we are able to get the most important classes or the current classes up as quickly as we can. Quitting smoking.
Quitting smoking.
A lot of people have problems doing that. Quit 101, a class that begins on my mom's birthday, June 2.
Well, happy birthday to your mother. So this Quit 101, it is a tobacco and nicotine cessation class. It is a virtual class, and it is on Wednesdays, June 2, 9, 16, and 23. The exciting thing about this class is it helps people learn the motivation to end their relationship with nicotine once and for all. And, I think that's a key thing there, a relationship with nicotine, because we realize it is an addiction and it's very, very difficult for people to quit. It helps people develop a personalized quit plan to problem solve, to stay on track, and to learn about relapse, because that is a part. I think sometimes people that are trying to quit smoking, they may do it several times. So it talks about what happens if you relapse. So if you really are thinking about quitting smoking, we encourage you to attend this virtual class. And people may be saying, how can I sign up for some of these classes? You can go to spectrumhealth.org/Zeeland classes, or you can call our community education at 616-748-2834. That's 616-748-2834.
Last week, our friend Heidi Leitema joined us in the studio, and Heather had a chance to chat with her about fit and healthy families, some summer sessions, and they're going to be starting early next month as well.
Yes. And you know what? I have a granddaughter who's 3 years old, and I think she's a little too young for this class, but I'm looking at it to think, oh my, and she's a little older. I'm hoping that they're going to have it, because what a great opportunity to take your grandkids or your kids to a program that's going to be outside at the Outdoor Discovery Center. It's for elementary age kids and their families. It's taught by Heidi. And if you know Heidi, she's got energy plus. She's going to talk about nutrition, but there's also going to be hands-on activities like hiking, kayaking, and even dancing. And the cost is only $25 for the entire family for 8 weeks. Now, talk about something fun to do with your family. I encourage you to think about fit and healthy summer session.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Healthy habits. This will be the last one we'll be able to get to today, Sara. Healthy habits, one step at a time. It's a Wednesday evening weekly class, and let's put it this way: it's going to be kind of a variety of ways to stay healthy.
That's exactly right. And you know what? Again, Heidi leads this. And you know what it is? It's a group of people that walk. So they may walk in Hudsonville or they may walk in a park and they discuss healthy habits. And I think, wow, what a great opportunity. We're now in the summer to get out, to have that fellowship, to have that support, the encouragement of other people, and, to have Heidi there and to be able to, ask her expertise on nutrition and also weight management. So if you are interested in that, again, we encourage you can call 616-748-2834, or they do have a Facebook page, facebook.com/groups/SH Healthy Habits. Again, facebook.com/groups/SH Healthy Habits.
With that, Sara Donkersloot, we're going to have to button up this edition of Wellspring, keeping us informed with what is going on with Spectrum Health-Zeeland Community Hospital. And next week, you'll be hopefully with us, and we'll be having Christina Wymick from the Ottawa County Department of Public Health with a COVID-19 update. So I will leave the closing to you.
Yes, Gary, always nice to engage with our listeners this way. And just, again, wishing everyone health, continue to wash those hands and get that vaccine. And if you haven't had it, you can get it at Zeeland Community Hospital this afternoon for 12 and up. Until next week, Spectrum Health Zeeland Community Hospital wishes you well.